Hello everyone, welcome to another quick intro to a deck. I have a new deck here. It is, I guess I should tell you who I am first. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is a quick all signs reading intro to a new deck that I picked up. I found this artist on Instagram and did a little late night shopping, instantly bought the deck. Ordered it from her. It came within a couple of days. It is very cool. It's called the This Might Hurt Tarot Deck. The packaging is fantastic. You can see there's that gold foil inlay. Isabella Rotman is the artist, the creator. And the box, I'm just going to show you. I don't always show you the box, but I really like this box. You can see it's got all of the different suits. And it's got a nice design, so it just is slotted in there. It opens up, and then it's got the cards and the book in here. It's quite nice. And the cards, I'm holding them because I want you to see, there are different different side, I don't know what this is called, the side treatment, but this is the black rainbow. I don't think that's what it was called technically, but it looks really neat. Shimmery. The cards are a good size, you know. Let me take one of these Line Strider tarot cards so you can get sort of a sense of the sizing. They're slightly taller and slightly thinner than those. The Crow Tarot that we work with often, it is slightly shorter, slightly less wide than that. The back art is very, very cool. I am a big fan of neat back art. And we've got here the suits again. And the artwork is pretty cool. Now, I don't know much about Isabella Rotman. I don't know if she's a comic book artist or if she is an illustrator or what her story is, so I apologize for that. Maybe I can put a link to her website in here for you. I just really love neat decks. I like the size of these cards very much. I like her artwork. It's very inclusive. It's rider weight, but updated, you know, so you can see a more diverse representation of, you know, just like a normal world would be, with different races and different sexualities and different styles, and I don't know, I think it's different genders, non-genders, right? This is pretty cool art. There is the standard set of the suit, you know, and the standard 10 cards, 78 altogether. Standard major arcana cards are in here. I don't think there are any non-standard major arcana. I don't recall running into them. I just got the deck last night, so I haven't read all the way through, but I wanted to read a little bit of this. There's a very handy little book that comes with it. It's quite a nice book. It has an introduction, and then it has a history of tarot. The introduction talks a little bit about the artist's vision and what she has done, she or they. I don't know what her pronoun is, but what was the driving force here in creating the deck. There is some information about how to read tarot, which is nice if you're starting out. Gives you some sample readings. The language of tarot, so it talks about the different energies that the cards represent, the different suits, what they are representative of in an overarching fashion. The numbered cards, what the general meaning of numbers, right? So the 4 is indicating you know, periods of rest and structure, stability. Then it talks about kings and queens and pages and knights. And here I want to just read to you gender and tarot. You know, I talk about this a lot when I'm reading. So Isabella Rotman's book says, tarot tradition is saturated in gender. It's inescapable. As a person who strives to make work that people of all genders can connect with, I found this difficult to reckon with. Traditional tarot cards have a definite idea of what traits are feminine and what traits are masculine. The Empress represents the softer side of the feminine archetype. She is gentle, motherly, and tied to nature. She has a sensual sexuality. She is pure emotion. The High Priestess represents the darker aspects of the female archetype. She is hidden and patient. She is intuitive and otherworldly. She is a mystery. Together, the traits of the Empress and the High Priestess represent Tarot's idea of the feminine, a collection of women's qualities assigned by men and male ideas. The Emperor, the father archetype, is ruled by logic. He is not afraid of conflict or taking a leadership role. He is hard, unemotional, rational. He represents society in contrast to nature. The Magician, also a male archetype, channels what is abstract into the material world. He is a card of action, cultivating magic in a direct path, much in contrast to the High Priestess's quiet magic of wisdom. Over and over in tarot we see the repetition of this laundry list of feminine and masculine traits. Queens are feminine and therefore represent the internal idealization of the suit. Kings are masculine and therefore external, pushing the ideals of the suit outward onto others. The feminine ideal is patient wisdom. The masculine ideal is implementation and action. So what do we do? Especially those of us who are queer, what do we, especially those of us who are queer, do with this? Well, it turns out the answer has been in tarot the whole damn time. I was just interpreting things too literally to see it. The goal of most tarot practitioners and designers is balance. The balance of work, of spirituality, of emotions, of material things. Tarot wants us all to be in balance. And gender is one of the symbolic ways it talks about that. You are right to identify with gendered traits in tarot that are not in alignment with your personal gender identity. You are right to seek balance in these traits and or in gender itself, if that feels right to you. It's all gender fluid when you read through the cards through that lens. Sorry, I had a bit of water there. So when reading this book and using this deck, please keep the following in mind. When I say masculine or feminine, I mean a set of traits that has been assigned as masculine or feminine in the tradition of tarot. When I say man or woman, I am referring to the gender of the character in the card. I'm not referring to their biological sex as determined by genitalia. Do not assume that, because a character has a clearly defined gender, they are cis. In this deck, gender is fluid. If gender matters symbolically to the meaning of the card, I have retained the gender expressed in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. If gender doesn't matter to the symbolic meaning of the card, I may have changed it or removed any gender cues. So, that's interesting, I think, and it's a very good explanation of the question of gender. So I wanted to read it to you. She does not provide reverse meanings, and she discusses here her opinion on that. So, pardon me, let's see. I can do just a quick little read here for everyone. Let me put this so you can see it. The light is best. No. There's no real good place there, I guess. Maybe I'll put it there so you can see it. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to do just 2 cards for each sign, I think. I'm going to do first card, love. That could be romantic love, that could be familial love. That could be love for your pets. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. First card is love. Second card is work. And we're going to do Sagittarius first. Sagittarius, your love card is Queen of Swords. And your work card is Four of Cups. So, Sagittarius, I would say kind of laying down the law in your relationships right now. You have a sense of what is right. You have a really clear sense in your mind of what ideals are to be upheld. And you've got strong mental energy on your side here to support you in making sure that you are able to express your agenda, okay? To express your opinion of what you believe is right, what you know, what you feel very firmly is right. And you have every intention of sharing that with the world, whether it makes waves or not. You're very firmly sitting on your throne, wanting to share your truth. That can come off as a little cold sometimes. So you may be a little challenged in your relationships. You may feel like people aren't understanding you. It's because you're coming straight from your head, not your heart right now, okay? So that might be just helpful for you to think about, am I trying to analyze emotion? Because that rarely works. The Four of Cups is speaking to your work this week, and in your work endeavors, it seems you may be missing an opportunity. You are really kind of heads down focused on what you are working on. You're kind of not even, you're a little zoned. You're in your own meditative space and you're not paying attention to what's going on around you as much as maybe you need to. It seems like somebody has an opportunity for you this week, and you're missing it because you're not really aware at the moment of what's going on around you. Let's see. Capricorn. Capricorn for love and Capricorn for work. I do like the way these shuffle because they're slightly smaller and they're really good quality paper. They shuffle quite well. I wanted to show you actually how they bend, because I always do that, show you how they bend. There's a good flexibility here. I might be able to, they're still new, right? I just got them. So they're pretty much brand new. I've done a couple of readings for myself with them, but they shuffle pretty well. Sorry, no, that's loud. All right, so yeah, Capricorn. Capricorn love, Capricorn work. Capricorn love. I really do like the feeling of this paper. I don't know how to describe it. Matte, I guess. I should probably learn a better vocabulary here. But it feels really smooth, but solid, you know. It slides really well against the cards, slide against each other quite easily. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really nice. It's a really nice, I know it does buzzy when I get too close, but yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but it's really cool. I like it. And I also like catching a glimpse of that side every now and again, because that's pretty neat too. So, love, cooperation and celebration. It's like you may be celebrating with friends. I think this is more about the love of friendship for you this week, Capricorn, than about a romance. You are celebrating something with your friends. Could be just the holiday season. Maybe there's a party, or maybe you are, you know, going out and celebrating someone's birthday, but there's dancing, there's drinks, there's a lot of fun to be had. I think that it may be a celebration of somebody's achievement. Someone in your group has had an achievement recently, and you want to go celebrate. Your work. There's joy here, positivity, success, celebration. You're really clear on your goals right now. There may be an end of year bonus we're talking about here, or maybe there is a promotion. Maybe there's something really nice coming for you right now this month at work. Let's see. I'm losing my place. Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Aquarius love, Aquarius work. Aquarius love, Aquarius work. Aquarius love and Aquarius work. Some of you may be starting a family. You may be thinking about starting a family, maybe thinking about having a baby or adopting. You may be thinking about getting a pet, fur baby, you know, adding someone to your family. Now, you could be doing this with another person, or you could be doing this on your own. I don't really get a sense that it's clear either way here for me, but this Page of Cups energy is lovely. It's a celebratory energy. You're very happy about this decision, or maybe just happy to be talking about this decision. I'm not sure if you're making the decision just yet, but you're starting to consider it a real possibility that your family may expand, that you may have a new place, to a new outlet for your love, right? So this could be a creative project or something, but it's that you're working on with a partner. But I get the sense that it is possibly a pet or a child that is coming into your life. Maybe a bit of a surprise even, but it's a happy surprise. The Nine of Swords is your work energy. So there's a lot of stress and anxiety in your work right now, it seems. You're losing a little sleep at night. You're a little worried about your job, maybe. You may have concerns. And I think that where you're not clear, you know, if you're worried that you're going to lose your job, or you're worried that you're not going to get your bonus, you're not going to get the promotion, wherever you can have conversations to change that fear into a knowing will be useful for you. So you may be all wound up and worried about something that is not actually a problem and that you don't need to be worried about, is what I'm sensing here. That maybe it's just anxiety, it's just worry, because it's a big thing, and you don't want to be without a job, or you don't want to put yourself out there and try to get promoted and then fail. That doesn't feel good, right? So I get the sense that maybe that's what this is, that it might just be a worry and not something that's real. Let's see what we have next for Pisces. Pisces love and Pisces work. Whoa, didn't think there'd be any jumpers. There we go. Pisces love and Pisces work. Pisces love, a fresh beginning. You're taking a leap of faith here, Pisces. Something about your relationships, either romantic or friendship. You're taking a leap of faith, blindly trusting that things will work out. A fresh new start. This could be a new relationship. This could be in an existing relationship. You may be shifting the way you work together and really just taking a chance. Your work, Page of Swords. So what am I sensing here? There is perhaps a little bit of irritability. You're curious, you're a little restless, you want things to shift, you want things to change, you want them to grow. You can see your future, but you're not there yet, and you're getting a little bit antsy. You know, you're overthinking maybe about the situation and wanting things to move quickly. Let's see, Aries. Aries love, Aries work. Aries love, Aries work. Taurus love, Aries work. So, Knight of Wands in love, Aries. You have passion for sure. You're eager for some action and adventure. You're feeling a little bit fearless, so if there's someone you've had your eye on, you may be saying so now. You may be throwing caution to the wind and getting out there and giving it a shot. You know, this is the it's so crazy it just might work kind of energy is what I get from this card. You know that there are risks here, but you're willing to take them because you're ready to go. You've been waiting, you've been thinking, you're ready to do it. The Eight of Swords is your work. This is self-victimization. You're keeping yourself small. You're keeping yourself trapped when you don't need to. There's a sense there that you're not able to act and take the steps you want to take at work because you're afraid of the consequences of making a change. So, whatever that is for, hopefully you understand what that is. And that if you feel stuck, it's really that you are keeping yourself there. Taurus, love and Taurus work. Taurus love, Taurus work. So there are some unknowns in your love life right now, Taurus. Things are a bit of a mystery. You're trying to balance your desire to be free with your desire to be tamed. You're not really able to see everything. You know, the light of the moon is dim, and it makes it hard to see clearly, but you have to rely on your intuition in such cases. For your work, we have the Knight of Cups, which is interesting. You're really going to follow your heart here. You might be a little bit idealistic about your work goals, but you're going to go with your heart in making your decisions about work. And it seems like a time for you when everything's kind of up in the air, that you're willing to trust your intuition, you're willing to take chances, and you're willing to follow your heart. So I think that things will be working out pretty well, I hope. Gemini love and Gemini work. One just fell out. Gemini love, Gemini work. So you're approaching your relationships with logic, not emotion. You're looking for the truth. You don't much care about how you feel right now. You want to know the truth. You're using all of your sharp analytic abilities of your mind to get clarity, to have a breakthrough here. And you do feel like your mind is working very well right now. And something about this new focus on wanting the truth and thinking super sharp has you really kind of threatening the old way of being, right? The day-to-day and the way things have always been doesn't really stand a chance right now. You're ready to shake things up. For your work, we have the Eight of Cups. This is about moving on, you know, making a decision. Making a decision. So the Seven of Cups has, you know, all these options, potential paths for your future. The Eight takes you to the point where you've made a choice. You've picked your path. You are making necessary sacrifices and leaving certain things behind because you know which way you need to go now. And in this case, in the work context, it may be that you have a new job offer. It may be that you have decided to shift things, to change things up from the way that you've been doing them, and to move on to a new opportunity. We had one just jump out there. I'm going to take it for Cancer, for your love, and then we'll do one for Cancer work. Cancer love, Cancer work. So in love, Cancer, things start to move. You've been waiting, patiently waiting, in action, not much going on, and now things start to move rather quickly. You might be making some pretty quick decisions that might feel a little odd to you. It may not be in character to make fast decisions, but you've been waiting a long time, you've been thinking a long time, you are ready to take action, and when the opportunity presents itself, I think you're going to move pretty quickly. In work, we have the Page of Pentacles. This is, you've got a clear goal. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to achieve. You've made your plan. You've got some good ambition and desire under your belt here. You're very diligent in your preparation. You know what you want, and you're ready, and you're going to go after it. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff. Leo, right? Leo, love and work. And we just had 2 flippers. So, Temperance. Finding patience, finding a middle path will serve you well in your relationships. You're looking for meaning now, not just frivolous fun. You're learning that you need to be able to flow. I should say that you need to be able to let your feelings flow. You can't be so in control all the time. You are the lion, you know, you're strong, you're in control. But in your relationships at this time, you really need to go with the flow, to let the emotion come out, to find the middle path, to yield as well as direct the flow. Balance, right? In your work, you have the 7 of Pentacles. That tells me that you're having some early successes, things are going well, your crop is growing. It's not time to harvest. So we have to be just a bit patient while we're waiting. You know, your hard work is definitely paying off. You can tell that, but you can't let up your efforts just yet. You need to remain diligent. You have to remain diligent, and you have to keep working, okay? Because you're on the right path. Virgo. Love and work. Love and work. Isn't the art great on these cards? I really love this artwork. So, Knight of Swords. You have, Virgo, an energy here of action and impulsiveness. You may be called on to defend your beliefs in some way this week. I guess not this week, but this month. I'm not really sure of the time frame on these readings. The near future. This card can sometimes mean that you need to prepare for sudden changes that shift your ordinary day-to-day existence. So you may be meeting somebody wonderful. There may be a change in a relationship with somebody in your life. And for work, you have 7 of Cups. So this is the card I was mentioning earlier. This is the one that shows you have all of these different options, different paths, different potential futures for yourself, and you're really considering them all. So you may have a variety of job offers that you're considering. You may be looking at different possible directions for your future professionally. You may be thinking about going back to school. You may be thinking about taking a promotion at work. You may be deciding that you want to stay where you are, but you want more responsibility, or you want be in a different department. You may be deciding that what you really want is to have your own company, or to freelance and be a consultant and work with a bunch of companies. There are a lot of different possibilities here, but that's good because you have some time now to consider more than one option. You're not stuck. Libra. Let's see. Libra, love and work. This one really wants to come up. Libra love, Libra work. So, for love, What do we have here, Libra? You are a little irritable, you're a little restless, you're overthinking. Maybe you may be curious, really just very curious about someone. I think this is somebody who is not presently in a relationship, or if they are, they're in sort of the death throes of the relationship, meaning like, you know it's ending, you know it's not going to last, and you are curious about somebody else. And you're a little restless to just be done. You're very curious about this new person. You know you want to leave where you are. You know you want to go to this new person. You're trying to get to know this person without leaving where you are, because if they're not interested, then maybe you'll stay a little longer where you are. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just telling you what I sense here. You are maybe thinking, it's just taking so long. I'm just impatient and very curious. In work, you have a new beginning. So this could be a new position in a new company. This could be a promotion. Could be a new project that you're working on. Could be a new shift that you're working. There's something new. You're having sort of a renaissance. Your work is going through an exciting change, and that's pretty exciting for you to have something new to look forward to. Scorpio, I think you're my last sign. Yeah, Scorpio, love and work. Scorpio, love and work. Scorpio, love. Scorpio, work. Wow. All right. So, Scorpio, love, the Tower. There's some unexpected dramatic shift. Sorry to say, but some of you may be dumped. Some of you may be ending your relationship. Some of you just may have a shocking news in your relationship. Not necessarily bad. Maybe you find out that you're going to be a parent. Maybe your partner says that they want to get more serious with you, and you weren't expecting that. In work, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are shifting in your work. It's a pretty interesting Wheel of Fortune card, I have to say. Love this art. There's truth here, and the wheel is turning, and there's not really anything you can do about that. It's not one of those situations where you can intervene and shift and affect the Wheel of Fortune. This is, God or the fates. This is the cycles of life and the changing and the turning. When it's upright like that, it's usually a positive change. Something is coming at work that will be different, but good. I think that's what I have for all of you. Thank you for sharing this time with me as we did this new intro. 3333 on the clock as we're ending up here, and I'm going to take that as a very auspicious number. I hope that all of you enjoy the full moon, the 12/12 full moon. I am not going to be able to get out full moon readings for that, but hopefully you will all have some time to enjoy the beautiful, beautiful moon. I like this deck. I like it a lot. Like I say, it just arrived last night. I'm already quite a fan of it. There's really only one reason I might not use it too much on the videos, and that is that there is a lot of nudity. There is a fair amount of nudity in Rider-Waite. It just seems a little bit more obvious to my eye in this deck, and I don't know why that is, but it's not really so much more. I guess it's showing the full female form, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It just might not be YouTube friendly, but anyway, I really like it, and I may use it anyway because I'm not a child channel, and I don't really have an issue with it myself. Hopefully you won't either. This Might Hurt Tarot is the name again. Isabella Rotman. I'll try to put a link in the notes below so that you can order a deck if you're so inclined. I think she's coming out with a new edition that has slightly different different color on the side there. So I've messed it up here. They do go fairly easily into the box. I just didn't do that right. But it's a nice little box, super handy. And with some of these where this is the design, it sticks out. Here it doesn't. It's nice and flush. So if you're putting this on a bookshelf, you don't have to worry about it sticking out. Pretty fantastic. I gotta tell you, I like it. I'm a fan. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the weeklies and the monthlies, and in the future, hopefully again, I'll be able to do the full moons, but it's a little busy this time of year in my day job, so my apologies. Thanks for everyone being here, sharing this time, and thank you for supporting the channel. Blessings.